Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. I'm your host. What's gonna happen, oh, you may be asking, why am I here in Jagon River? Well, apparently the next Miasma stream over, in order to travel to the new areas, has water element, and sadly, on the west bank there is no water, so I had to go back to Mushroom Forest for a bit. Now I'm gonna talk to Tristan. I've actually gone and done the liberty of selling all my items and grinding just a bit. What do I mean? What do I mean by that? I did some grinding over at Mount Kalanda, and I found some Kalanda sulfur. And Tristan is very happy that we found him some. So let's just take the caravan. Now we can ride for 20% less. We're gonna go to the other side for a bit. I'm also gonna see if I can try to speed up or expedite this small portion of the game, and then pause it right there. Nice. Okay, now there's nobody over here, but eventually there's gonna be somebody over here, so don't worry about it. And we're going to try to run back to Mushroom Forest after I get the water element, which I'll show you how to get again. I'm going to cut back all the way to the west bank so you guys won't have to watch me complain, and maybe there won't be any events along the way, because I really hate events, and so far I haven't been running into any, and I hope I didn't just jinx myself. Hiya folks, welcome back to Damon's Court. You might be asking me, why am I here in this area? Well, it turns out there is a small prereq when you play this next level, and the prereq is in Damon's Court. One thing they don't like to mention is that you have to destroy that bridge twice instead of just once. That's something I always found really funny, and I want to see if I can try to get over there as fast as possible without too much trouble, because trouble is the game's middle name, and I don't really like it. Hate that bee anyways. You know, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have actually accumulated a fear of bees, but in this game just takes it way up to the extreme. That bomb right here is just annoying as all hell. Oh great, now I have a ghost with me. Okay, now I've attracted 3 enemies on my ass. Okay, make that 3 still, but I killed one, I guess. That is just a virtue, and I'm gonna see if I try to take this guy out. He's done for, and okay, never mind, I lied. This is just hilarious. Ensued on hilarity, but okay, he should be dead. And watch the bridge explode. Yay! Look at that. Now this is just a small hypothesis, but if you do blow up the bridge and you go back without beating this area, the bridge will actually be over there at the next area, over at Conall Curach. Alrighty, now let's do some miasma stream action. This miasma stream is a little different from the rest, as it portrays a different angle from the miasma stream. I just want to show this one. I just want to show this small one off. It's nothing too big exactly, but I still love this animation. It just looks freaking cool, in my opinion. But where we're going is, we're going to the Ravenna Plains, I believe. And over at those areas, well, those are technically the areas where I like to call no man's land. Just because of the fact that a lot of people don't like visiting these areas. And they're mostly deserted. These areas, of course, do have a whole... These areas, sorry, have a huge history here. But now we're going to head out to Conall Curach. Let's watch.
This marsh has thwarted travelers since ancient times. The rain that falls here is thick with miasma, much to the chagrin of prospective intruders. In days of old, the Selkies were driven from their ancestral home. They marched ever westward in search of a new haven. Here, They built bridges over the swamp, and at long last reached the other side. But once there, they found no land to call home.
Welcome everybody to Conall Curach. I've done a research on the name of this game, of this area I mean, and it turns out this name is actually it's actually Irish descent. Conall is a first name belonging to somebody, and Curach is either a last name or a boat. An Irish boat, mind you. I just found it really funny. Here are snow moose. This is pretty much the only... well, there's also another area where you can find these guys, but they're pretty hard to find. Just like the lava moose, these guys are very rare. There's also a stone right there. So let's see if we can try to read it without, well, getting rid of this guy, of course. One thing to say is, I am glad you guys took this. I'm glad you guys chose a Selkie because Selkies can only translate these ancient stones. And they also have very spooky lores, I have to admit. And is there nothing over here? All right. Now, Conall Curach is a swamp, as the intro has told us. This swamp begins to decay the more you've traveled into here. And thank God I have the water element, as I'm going to be immune to mostly ice-based attacks. There are a lot of enemies here who cast ice magic, so it's a good thing. It's a really good thing. Okay, now these guys are the Sahajins from Celebration Cave. I'm pretty sure you remember them. They're pretty easy. And there's a lot of enemies here. You can miss I've actually known people who missed about half of the damn it. I've known people who actually missed, I'm stuck here, who missed about half the enemies because these Sahajins always tend to hide everywhere. Damn these plants. Okay, now these guys who I just killed are called magic plants. These guys are the fastest casting enemies in this, they have the fastest magic casting speed in this entire game. I like to say next to... there's also another enemy that kind of rivals them as well. But these guys, magic plants are annoying as all hell. Over here, you might notice a patch of grass. This area will open up more in later cycles, so if you feel that if you feel to try to burn this off, there's no use. You cannot burn it off. I've actually tried using a fire raga, as my friend will call it, and there really is no way. These are ice bombs. These guys will eventually start appearing over at the Cothridge's mines. They're over here just hanging around for a bit, so we'll get to see these guys a little more often. Okay, that was just me showing off, but I wanted to mention a couple things about the defend option because nobody ever really mentions the defend option or even uses it. The defend option can vary within the character that you use. The Loti and the Clavet having the worst defend option. Apparently, the Uke has the best, but I would definitely disagree with that, as the Uke does take time to charge up this defend. But I like the Selkie's defend attack because it's very instantaneous. As soon as you press the button, they just defend. And they're pretty much immune to anything for about a second. So it's useful to have, and it's also if you can time your defense as well, you can be a very formidable force against these enemies. Wow, I am very stumbly today. Okay, now there's just a bunch of Sahajins, and this game will just get mean right towards you. Those little bubbles don't mean anything. And yes, the water is the water can damage you, but you cannot fall into it until the third area of Conall Curach.